know that will be the response. But what are they going to do as a response to that? They're going to rig elections. They're going to rig elections in Texas, wherever they need to, in order to ensure that they have power. So let me be clear. If Republicans are successful in consolidating power, safeguarding their majority in Congress, a national abortion ban is not off the table. And while California voters, we enshrine the right to abortion in our California Constitution, but a federal ban would override our state's protections. And we can't let that happen. We can't sit idly by while the Trump administration, while their backers in Congress pursue every avenue to strip blue states of their autonomy, of people's fundamental rights. Republicans in Washington, across the country, they continue to become more bold. They're more brazen, they're more cruel. And if we do not fight back, they will continue to seize unfettered power, defy the will of the people, and threaten the health and well-being of all of us. So 3 years ago, we stood before California voters and asked them to stand with us to put protections in our California Constitution. And guess what? 67% of Californians did that. So today I'm standing before you again, asking those same Californians to once again protect reproductive freedom, protect the values of California, and stop Donald Trump. We have to fight back. It is the right thing to do. It's the necessary thing to do. And this is California. We don't have another choice. Thank you. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce Erica Jones with the California Teachers Association. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Erica Jones, and I am the Secretary-Treasurer of the California Teachers Association, a union of 310,000 public school educators. I am also an elementary school teacher here in Los Angeles. The Trump administration is waging war on every public institution we hold dear. In the short few months he has been in office, he has worked with Republicans, including 9 from California, to freeze funds for critical education programs, including after-school programs, teacher trainings, and migrant education programs. He's cut health care for millions of our students and their families, attempted to dismantle the Department of Education, and passed a voucher program designed to destroy public education entirely. There have also been unprecedented attacks on our immigrant communities and our LGBTQ+ students and families. The Trump administration removal of schools as safe zones from ICE has unleashed a level of trauma and fear that no one should have to endure, let alone our children. Just this week, a 15-year-old student here in Los Angeles was detained by federal agents outside Arleta High School. Our students deserve better. The majority of Americans are not with him on these vicious attacks. So what does Trump want to do? Rig the next election and steal our right to fair representation? He wants to stack the deck to keep slashing public services to pad the pockets of his billionaire donors? I taught my kindergartners to be kind and to help each other, not to cheat and be a bully. Y'all, 5-year-olds get it. Why can't he? I'm here today because educators across California, from Calexico to Crescent City, are ready to fight back. We spent months reaching out to the 9 Republican representatives in California. Several refused to even meet with their local teachers in their offices. Some lied directly to our faces and promised they wouldn't vote for draconian cuts to our schools and our health care, only then to go back to D.C. and side with Trump and vote to harm our kids and our families here in California. Given these extreme threats and these corrupt politicians who will throw their own communities under the bus, our union stands in full support of this ballot initiative. We are ready to do whatever it takes to stop this power grab and fight back against any and all attacks on our democracy, on our students, and on public education. It is now my honor to introduce Lorena Gonzalez, President of the California Federation of Labor Unions.
So, good morning. My name is Lorena Gonzalez. I am the President of the California Federation of Labor Unions, AFL-CIO, representing 2.3 million workers throughout the state, over 1,300 different local unions from every sector you can imagine. And we stand with our colleagues today in calling for a response. And I'm going to say that very clearly. This is not something we take lightly. We voted on this, and it was unanimous among our unions for one reason. We're not a partisan organization. A lot of people forget that. We have Democrats and Republicans. And we understand that some of our members even voted for Donald Trump. We understand that. They were told by him that he wanted to make us more safe, that he wanted to deport criminals. And instead, he's been deporting and targeting workers and grandmothers and children and dreamers. They were told, even our Republican members, that he was for working people, that somehow he cared about bringing manufacturing and jobs back to America and to make sure that working people were taken care of. And what has he done? He has systematically destroyed our federal government unions by abolishing basically collective bargaining agreements that were decades in the making. He has taken away the right to collectively bargain of every employee he possibly can, and that is not pro-worker. So we tell our members who believed him, it's okay. He fucking lied. We don't blame them, but we do tell them this. And they know this because they showed it in the last election. Even those who voted for Donald Trump in some of our reddest areas in the state said, we are going to send a check by voting for a Democrat to Congress. We had split ticket voting in a number of districts, and in fact, flipped 3 of those. That's what Donald Trump was afraid of. That's why he went to his lapdog in Texas and said, do something for me because they're about to come get a couple more. Yes, we were. But if he wants to cheat, we're going to fight back. We are tired of lapdogs. We want people who are independent, not obedient. And it's time for us to show a little disobedience to Donald Trump. It's time for us to fight with everything we have, because if we care about working people, and I very much do, and I know the people behind me do, if we care about unions, the right to make better for your life, to work a hard day and be able to come home and afford a house, to put your kids through college, to put food on the table. If we care about this, then we have to fight and make sure elections are fair. We have to make sure that there is a check in Congress, and California can unilaterally do that. And we are proud to stand with our governor, Gavin Newsom, who is ready and asking us to fight back. We will fight back every single day, and we will go to every one of our members and every member of the public to remind them that if you care about your future, if you care about your kids' future, you have to recognize this. I don't care what your job is. I don't care what part of the state you live in. I don't care where you came from. You have more in common with an undocumented farm worker than you did with the fucking billionaires who are causing this problem in the first place. Since I've exceeded my number of fucks today, it is my pleasure to bring up somebody who has seen firsthand the destruction caused by this administration. My brother, David Huerta, the president of SEIU, California State Council.
So I see a lot of union members now. When we fight, when we fight, and fight we will. Take a deep breath here. My name is David Huerta. I'm president of SEIU USWW and president of SEIU California. And I stand here today on behalf of over 750,000 workers represented by SEIU in California, healthcare professionals, janitors, airport workers, security officers, caregivers, educational workers in every corner of our state. And SEIU members are ready to fight. SEIU members across the board, black, brown, Asian, white, we are worried about our democracy, and we are choosing to act. We've been protesting on the streets, and now we're gearing up to the fight at the ballot box. Workers, and in particular workers of color, are rising up to defend our democracy. And SEIU members are no strangers to fighting for democracy. Our members know what's at stake, and they know that we're in for a fight. But when we are in a fight, we're all in that fight. And we're ready now because democracy is at stake. Republicans in Texas, Washington, D.C., and other states are colluding with Trump to consolidate one-party authoritarian power in Washington. The same Republicans that changed the rules to pass their atrocious big pile of garbage, I'd say shit, well actually I'm going to say big pile of shit, because it is a big pile of shit, are now trying to change the rules to stay in power. Working people will not stand back and let it happen. Republicans have one goal, and that goal is to silence the voices of working people, divide brown and black communities in particular, unleash terror in immigrant communities, and establish a government that will serve corporations and the wealthy, not the working people. And it's particularly important that we are gathered in our beautiful city of Los Angeles, because it is here on June 6th that they unleashed hell on our streets. It's here on these streets that masked men came into communities, unidentified, incarcerating, taking working people, taking mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, neighbors off our streets. And for me is with the great sense of pride as an Angelino that we saw our community defending family, defending community, but most of all defending our democracy. And we will continue to defend our city. We will continue to defend our state. We will continue to defend our families, and we continue to defend this democracy with all the power of nonviolent action and with the power of our vote. We have no intention to let up at all in this effort. We must have a response to those who choose to do this, and we cannot allow the voters in this country to be disenfranchised, perhaps permanently, by the actions of an authoritarian. SEIU members care too much about fairness, about our right to vote, and our democracy to let that happen. And we do not back down from a fight. We support Governor Newsom and the legislative leaders who are committed to taking bold action to protect our democracy. California voters must be given the chance to save our democracy. And I trust California voters will save our democracy. We will not sit silently while extremists manipulate elections, disenfranchise the majority of voters, and take away our rights. We know the rest of the country is waiting to see what happens because California, once again, is at the very front line of our fight against authoritarianism. It is our time to rise up for working people to lead the fight to save our democracy. Our democracy is at stake, and SEIU members stand ready to defend it. We are more committed now than ever before. As I travel around the country, people ask me, how is California doing? I tell them, we are ready to fight. And that's why we're here today. And if you allow me, I'd like to say in Spanish a few words. Primeramente, es un orgullo estar aquí hoy día. Mi nombre es David Huerta, presidente de SEIU USWW y presidente de SEIU California. Representamos a 750,000 trabajadores en todo California. Y estamos aquí hoy día. Hoy día porque ahorita nosotros tenemos que tomar una decisión como votantes en este país, en este estado, este gran estado. Right? Nosotros tenemos que tomar una decisión a defender nuestra democracia. Sabemos las consecuencias del resultado de las elecciones de noviembre y lo estamos viviendo en este momento, en este tiempo. Y ahora tenemos que tomar una decisión, a corregir los errores de noviembre y tomar un voto en este noviembre para defender la democracia de este país. Vinimos aquí a este país para una mejor vida. Vinimos aquí a sacrificar para nuestros hijos, a trabajar, a construir. Y nuestra contribución es algo que se debe respetar. En mano de obra se respete. En mano de obra es digno. Y en mano de obra lo vamos a mostrar en noviembre. Porque jamás vamos a tomar decisiones decidiendo nuestro voto por el costo de un huevo en vez del bienestar de nuestras familias. Y hoy día empieza esa lucha a corregir el error que hubo y a defender nuestra democracia, nuestra casa, nuestro hogar. Y vamos a seguir defendiendo este hogar que es de este país y vamos a hacerlo en noviembre. ¿Se puede? ¡Sí! ¿Se puede? ¡Sí se puede! ¿Se puede? ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! So, it's now my honor and privilege to introduce a friend and a leader on behalf of my family, on behalf of all of us in California, with great gratitude, Assemblymember Isaac Bryan. Sorry.
Can y'all give it up for David Huerta one more time? He's the only person I've seen in my whole life who can come out of an ICE detention cell barefoot and still hit the block the next day ready to stay active.